Okay, good morning, guys. Ooh, honey. Good morning. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Is it me? But everybody seemed to be getting their TV turned off. I don't know. There's a lot going on. Hey, everybody. Hi, I'm Miss Tia from the Miss Tia and Robin Show. I was trying to get ready, y'all. Let me see my background. My background, right? Had all my junk. I'm at work. This is the Saturday morning rant from the Miss Tia and Robin Show. I'm Miss Tia. Hi. If you want to see the podcast, we do a podcast every Friday. If you want to see the podcast, go over to the Facebook and check out Miss Tia / Miss Robin. You can see the podcast that we do every Friday. Great topics, great conversation. Robin was out last night, so I went at it alone. But man, we had a great time, great conversation. A lot of people came in the chat. We talked about the Jay-Z. We talked about the Remy Ma Papoose. We even talked about the Neely guy in the subway. In New York, the incident that happened between them. Hello, everybody that's coming in. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Thank you. Hello. We even talked about that. So every Saturday morning, I do a Saturday morning rant. I send it to YouTube. I send it to Facebook. I send it to Instagram to say, this is my recap of Friday night show and what I think about some of the topics that I didn't get to talk about. Because a lot of stuff I don't get to talk about. So I come over here on the Instagram starting that morning and I continue the show. Last night, and once again, Jay-Z was back in the news. A lot of people are trying to say the accuser is making false accusation. And to be honest with you, it's looking crazy. This one thing I told the people last night, let's be careful by incriminating people too fast. Sometimes we can jump out the window too fast before we really get to see the evidence. And to be honest with you, listen, I'm just going by my spirit. When I heard the young lady, it sound crazy. It's like you wondering like who would have their child, let's say she said she was 13, out at such a time at night with big stars or whoever, and then have the nurses say she called her father and her father picked her up and she said it was silence all the way home. Either that was a pimp or a part of the game, right? And to be honest with you, a lot of this stuff becomes a game when it comes to these entertainers and stuff like that. Even the parents be in on a lot of this stuff, So it's crazy. YouTube, hello. 50 Cent is trolling like never before. It's amazing. I woke up this morning, first thing came up on my feed, 50 Cent messing with Jay-Z. I was thinking about this, you guys, because 50 Cent is everywhere. And his voice and his opinion is very acceptable and needed by the community. I was kind of thinking about this. Is 50 Cent the new Clarence Avant? I had a episode, it's been a while ago, and I think I erased it, but I put it on YouTube years ago when I had all three men's up together. I had Jay-Z, I had Puffy, and I had 50 Cent up together. And for some reason, I discounted Jay-Z and Puffy. I felt like Jay-Z was kind of selfish and Puffy was kind of about himself, but I felt like 50 Cent maybe can fill those seats. I felt he was more open. He would conjugate with the community, right? With the others. And when you look at the way 50 Cent is moving, he's really in everybody's ear. Did you notice that? Notice this. 50 Cent is literally in everybody's ear. I just seen him on the IAmMzTiaShow show, which was crazy because I think they was beefing at one time. But I think 50 Cent is showing that he's sitting in the seat where he's able to roam and be in everybody's ear. Clarence Avant was like that. Rest in peace. But you know, Clarence Avant was sent in to speak to some of the artists or the entertainers when they kind of gave pushback to the, you know, the top dogs. So they would send Clarence Avant in to say, go talk to him. And I think I saw a documentary with Clarence Avant on Netflix. Netflix, I believe. And he talked about how he had to go and speak something into, I think it was Muhammad Ali ear, a lot of your entertainers, just to get them to see stuff different. And they ended up doing a lot of their negotiations and deals, all depending on Clarence Avant's voice. They really honored and took what he said into consideration and walked theirself into certain doors. Go back and do your research. These are very big, prominent people that we had in this industry, which they are no longer with us. But you got to remember, somebody got to fill those seats. And I see 50 Cent being the Clarence Avant of this time. He's able to roam everywhere. To be honest with you, I noticed this earlier between the battle of Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Who was in the middle of that? Think about it. 50 Cent. 50 Cent was right in the middle of the battle from the start. To be honest, when I first remember, because I'm thinking back now, 50 Cent was the one who pulled Drake out of the closet. He was like, come on. When you think about it, go back. When the Kendrick Lamar dropped his verse, 50 Cent first jumped out the window and said, oh, Drake got this. Drake got this. Instigator, right? At his finest. But he's very unique on how he do things. I think he's sitting in his seat well. He really, to be honest with you, he pulled Drake out. Listen, I'm from the hood. And everybody know when it was a fight finna go down, you sent in the girl who was kind of the mediator, who can go on both sides to try to get the girl who didn't want to come outside to come outside. Is it just me? Because I know I'm from the hood, right? And if it was a fight, you had one girl, she was like, I ain't going outside because they're going to jump on me. So you sent that one girl, that one person who can go in because they was considered not on anybody's side. So you would say, go over there and tell her to come outside. Ooh, there was the times. You would say, go over there and tell her to come outside. So you was sending the one who was kind of mild, meek, go over there and tell her. And then she would go in and say, girl, come on outside, girl. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. And the girl like, I ain't coming outside because I know they're gonna say, girl, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. Come on, I'm gonna walk with you. But before you realize, it was a setup. It's a setup. You get the girl to come outside, she walk around the block, and then she got to fight for her life. That just was growing up in the hood. That's just what it was, you guys. We stayed in what's considered a project, so we walked on the back street or the front street, and we knew, because we was backstreet girls, we knew when we walked on the front street, we was going to have to fight them hoes. That's just what it was. We had to fight them. And I remember one night, shout out to all the women in that time. I love all y'all girls now. We're so grown and adults now, but I love all you guys. But I remember one night, me and my sister were like, bitch, we got to fight for our life. And let me tell you this, once you fight, you ain't got to worry about that no more, because them hoes know you ain't scared. So you may got to fight. You may got to squabble up. As some LA, as the West Coast people say, you may have to squabble up, honey. So, 50 Cent, back to 50 Cent. He was a big, he was a big instigator during the battle. He literally pulled Drake out of the house. And Drake ain't from the hood. He ain't know no better. He didn't understand that he was being set up. Oh, he didn't understand, because you got to think about it. He don't know this world. He claiming it. He trying to speak it. He looking at it. He mimicking it, but he really don't understand this kind of culture. And, you better not go around that block, because you're going to have to fight for your life. And 50 Cent was used to do that. I don't care what you say, 50. I felt like you were sent in to do that. But I love 50. Shout out to 50. I love 50, but I'm also watching him instigate amongst Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z! When you get over this, I ain't going to say you got to get 50, but we need a battle, honey. We need a battle. Jay-Z, you got to come and give us some of your best lyrics. Battle for your life, honey, because they try to take it. Isn't it sad that if these accusations are considered not true, and it's looking like it may end up being that way, this is what men go through being accused. Now, I'm going to say this, and I said this on the podcast last night. Public public opinions, the public reputation about you is ruined. You can't get that back. And I think I heard this on a lot of people platforms. When you lose that public thing, that public appearance, that public, how the public view you, sometimes it's hard to get that back. No matter what you do, no matter how, sometimes you find things to be untrue. It's hard to get that stuff back. I was saying this last night on the show, that think about all the men who went to prison for alleged rapes, right? And I hope I can say that on YouTube. Don't get me. And they found out that the accusation was false. The Duke lacrosse girl just came out and said all of her things that she said was fake. You cannot bring the public scrutiny back from those men. Listen, this is crazy. My thing is, what would happen to the people that do false accusations? Should they now be on trial? Should they now be held to some kind of standard of some civil? Let's say if Jay-Z get off this, if he get free from whatever this is that's going on with him, could he turn around now and sue the young lady for a false accusation, a civil suit? Huh? And she may not have anything, but should he? Because so quickly it could have been where he could have been out of all of his money if he would have just said, I may have done some crazy things in the 90s. Let me just pay him off, because that's what most entertainers do. But Jay-Z was like, hell no, bitch. I ain't paying nobody, because I don't fuck on you regular hoes. Yeah. It's quality over here. Nail of the day. I'm sorry. I don't know if I told y'all the nail of the day. Y'all know we do nail of the day over here. Ain't that cute? $125. Never pay more. Let these folks fool y'all. Don't pay more. I'm a girl. I like to take everything off when I go to sleep. I ain't trying to have on all these eyelashes. Take it off. But it's so crazy, and it's sad that a lot of men have been in prison for years on false accusation. I've seen lately some man just got released after 30 years. You cannot get that back. Money can't even give you that back. You know, people feel like I'm gonna pay you, and you can recruit from there. No, your sanity. Your how you feel about yourself. You in a situation that you knew what was not real, and you had to suffer. Man, you read the stories of people who went through that kind of just scrutiny. Listen, my heart hurt because I have a husband, I have a brother, I have a nephew, I have a son. I have these people. So imagine our loved ones go through this. Yeah, I'm buffering, so I'm buffing for my nails. So if you see me doing this is what I'm doing. So that was something crazy. And that's my view about 50 Cent. Is he the new Clarence Avant of this time? Because he's everywhere. Think about it. He's able to sit everywhere, and a lot of people value his opinion. They value his opinion. So that's my thing on that. Let's Remy Ma was in the news. Go over to the Facebook and hear what I say. I'm not gonna talk about it here. I don't want to constantly repeat myself. But that's crazy, right? Remy Ma, Papoose. I'm gonna say this, Joe. You guys gave a look of a black love that we haven't saw in this time. And I love that. I think in the 70s, black love was shown a lot. So for that to be recreated with you guys, I thought it was beautiful. Even though Remy said it was fake, right? Remy, all of it couldn't have been fake, right, sis? You know, Juvenile had a line in the song. He said, that outside keep them hoes sick. Like, okay, let me move on. Go over there to the Facebook and listen to my comment and my opinion of what I said about the Remy Ma and the Papoose. I think that hurt all our hearts. Wasn't that hip-hop kind of royalty for a moment? That black love stuff, right? That was giving hip-hop a different look, like we ain't just savages. We also can love each other, right? Shout out to Remy Ma, Papoose. I hate that their life story had to end out in the streets, honey, to be looked at and judged and talked about amongst the masses. It hurts, honey. But that's life. You in and you out. You fall out and you have to move on. But I'm still going to say that outside. It make them see. Okay. Men, I was going to say men, hug on your wives. But it looks like, shoot, no matter what you do, Papoose was considered the man that did all that, right? And it still didn't work, huh? Not true. I just think you also got to get the right woman that loves that and understand that. I don't want men to be deterred or think it's impossible to be a great man to a great woman. No. Don't judge every relationships and don't compare them to yourself. It's not true. A lot of us do this. I was talking also, if you ever go over to the Facebook, I was talking about this book that I read by this, I think it's Ruiz. I was talking about this book, and he was talking about how we have to kill all the ideologies. Sometimes we pick up our mother's things, our mother's ideologies, our traditions from our family line. But listen, all traditions are not good to take into your life. Now, some, I'm not telling you to dismiss all, but what I'm saying is, what I was saying last night, some ideologies we got to kill. It's not to come upon you and your family. You know, mom and them went through that, but that it doesn't mean that you have to go through that or you have to be subjugated or judged by that. A lot of people go through that. Oh, I gave this example last night. A lot of people say, oh, my mama died when she was 65, so I know I'm gonna die. So you speaking things upon your life that it's very speaking things is very powerful. You have to be careful. So be careful not to bring your mother's ideologies and traditions upon yourself, because it's not so. Just because that happened to her doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. And I really wanted to bring that home because I see that a lot. We talked about family curses. Family curses could be broken. It depends on you. How do you break a family curse? So how you break up family curse? Do something different. Do something different. A lot of us tend to pick up, we used to have this thing in the South, and I always tell people, this is witchcraft. Stop. This ain't tradition. You remember through the new year, people would say, cook your greens and cook your black eyed peas and cook your cornbread, your greens for your money. That's witchcraft. Yeah. If you want some money, it ain't got shit to do with you cooking no greens, bitch. Go get a job. You know? So I wanted to kill that ideology a couple years ago, because a lot of us still do those traditions, and we're thinking that they're going to bring things that's not true. It's not true. So I don't care how you cook a pot of greens and black eyed peas. If you don't go to work, you ain't going to get no money. The word says a man that don't work don't eat. Now that's what you need to be thinking about. Following. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be careful of a lot of the ideologies and traditions that we bring on from our family, because what we're doing, we are doing the family curses. We are cursing ourselves with old traditions that means nothing, no substance, and really not of God. But anyway, maybe that's my word of the day. Take that. But those are some of the topics. I had another thing, and this is for the YouTube world. I was looking at the Billy Carson. I don't know if you guys on Instagram noticed. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if you guys on the Instagram world noticed, but Billy Carson is something like a ancient guy who goes to the pyramids. Very interesting. I always kind of look at them. You know, I don't really go too deep because they kind of curse God to me. They kind of deny Christ and the Most High God. You know, they have their own kind of thing. Listen, I don't want to misspeak or represent or say the wrong thing about these guys. I want you guys to go and really look into that. But I saw the debate and I looked at a lot of the stuff, and he debated this Christian guy, this Christian philosopher. You know, a lot of these people consider themselves to be great ancient teachers, right? To be honest with you, what I wanted to say about this, listen, all of us is finding things from books. None of us really have factuals. All of us are reading from books that somebody left. If it's ancient texts, if it's whatever you say you can decipher, it's still some kind of discography of what somebody else left. So to be honest with you, none of us really know it all. We all are strategizing and trying to ravage through what we think is signs and wonders to try to make some kind of something that may be something. What I'm trying to say is all of us is trying to figure it out. Nobody never really knows. We all are just really trying to figure it out, and we got to be careful about judging each other, saying, well, I know this and I got this. No, nobody really knows. We all are reading what's left because of the people, the civilization before us. We're all finding information out from the civilization that came before us. So stop it. If you're digging up bones, all that is just research, and we're finding out what was left before us. Nobody really knows. So I think we got to be careful with that. Shout out to the Billy Carson and all y'all people. But this is what I'm noticing too. All y'all people who talking about God ain't real, y'all coming down. Y'all coming down hard as the entertainers. So be careful speaking to God in your mouth, because a lot of crazy stuff happening to y'all. I believe. I'm a believer. Be careful. Oh, my nails is going to be cute today, y'all. Oh, my nails going to be cute today. I'm at work right now, but that's my night last night. Go over to the Facebook under Miss Tia, Miss Robin. Check out the show last night. And shout out to Robin. Listen, Robin is a queen. She's laid up for a couple of weeks. So we're going to give her time to rest. But everybody, to the meantime, if you see me right now on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, subscribe to the channel. Just my opinion. I tell everybody, the podcast is an opinion-based podcast. Just me speaking from how I view things. Not saying that it's accurate or it's true. It's just my opinion. And I get to have one. I'm in America, baby. I'm in America, baby. Listen, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you next week for the Saturday rant. Bye.